you have a memory of yourself reading the story, and the story is actually something that captivated you, something that you can understand. In fact, you understand it so well that you can explain it as though it were your own memory. And I think that it also is kind of like how I sometimes say things about video games as if I played the game myself. And I think that there were people who thought that I played a lot of games, that they really thought that he played this game. And I'm talking about the Chrono Trigger game and the Final Fantasy game. Because it seems like you know a lot about this game, but in fact, I mostly read the reviews or saw some of the guys who were playing the game, and and maybe I tried it out a little bit, just maybe a few minutes, so I would know certain things that can't be explained very well in a video or in a magazine. But maybe by just focusing on certain elements that people resonate with, it would really seem that you know a lot about the game if you know what to look for. So if you know which parts of the game resonate so much and so well with people, and you focus on those things, people would actually end up believing that you play the game, you know the game very well. And I know that this idea could be used by people who want to deceive others. And I think it's also definitely used by quite a lot of the online video game sites, because there's so many video games. And do you think you have time to play all these games? And the recent ones are taking hundreds of hours to play. Do you think you can play all these games? And that's why, based on the YouTube videos that we see, and based on, because they share with me certain things, I know that some of them actually get a friend to play the game, and then the friend sends them the video, and then the person would be saying stuff about what he's seeing in the video. He doesn't have to play the game, and that in that way he can show a video of the game while he is saying stuff as if he were playing the game. That's one of the things that you can learn about people on YouTube and who want to promote certain games, because hundreds of hours of games like Final Fantasy 7 type of games, not everyone would have the time to play them. And some other publisher, for example, would be releasing their own game, and and if you're part of the freelance writers group that supposed to share with people their strategy guides or ideas about the games to help other people who are playing or struggling with the game, then you need some type of technique to get people to uh, to appreciate what you're saying, but also to have your own content about the game. And it seems like the fastest way to do it is to assign people tasks. So each person, for instance, would play a specific game. Now, the other person won't play that game anymore. So that's why you get people quarreling. I want to play this game, but you assigned it to that other guy. So that happens as well. But if you understand the idea, we all have to work together here, okay? Otherwise, we won't get a review, a strategy guide for this game if everyone's playing this game. Maybe next time when a new game comes, you can play that one, okay? So the idea that we assign a game for each of the persons that are in our group, and then they play it, and then they give us comments and strategy guides on how to play it. Now, because each of you would have your own channels, and we want you to also promote the game, this other guy would be sending you the videos, gameplay footages. and you would be saying stuff about the game. You don't have to be explicit about saying that this is not me playing, okay? You can even pretend that it's you playing. It's okay, doesn't matter. But the idea that there is this game and you are talking about the game, reviewing the game even, and okay, so maybe we can give you a few minutes to play the game, just so you have a feel of it, but you don't have to play it hours and hours, okay? So if someone asks you, did you even play it? Yes, I did. But you don't have to say 5 minutes. 5 minutes only. So I think that's the technique that they are doing based on what we can see on YouTube and based on some of them actually share. They show you that that's what they're doing. And I think it's also because they are not really too happy about how things are being run. So going back to school, applying that technique to school, I think that there are other people who are also doing that same trick that they don't read the readings anymore. They have someone who reads it and then the other person tells them stuff. And if you just focus on the salient points, it would look like you have read the thing already. And I think now I remember that in school, there was a point when we were also advised to have some kind of study group. I didn't like the study group too much because what usually happens is it's not very efficient. People arrive late, people don't read the thing, they they depend on other people who read the material and so they'll just listen. But I think eventually what happened was it seemed that there were people who knew about it, and so what they did was to write down the ideas. And then after writing down these ideas, they would upload it so that other people could get hold of the idea themselves. Now, that's not too effective if you didn't read the material itself because the way the bullet points have been made might not be how you would explain the thesis statements, for example. And sometimes there would be words there that you won't know if you didn't read the thing. So the focus of getting the ideas, the salient points, would be there, but if you've never read the material, I think it would still be difficult for you to make it look that you read the whole thing. Still, maybe there are people who also um, I don't know if they're selling these things. I have never heard of people actually selling the the, the material with the bullet points for certain classes, but it could be true that that some of them were. In any case, what I remember getting were example thesis statements that I myself could do, and some of the bullet points won't be the way I would be presenting the thing. I think it was because there were students who were promoting that idea. We can't read the whole thing, just focus on this one and this one, and then we put them all together. And so if you did this one, you send it to the group, and then everyone else will get hold of it. But I think the idea would be to read the whole thing and not rely on the other guys. But again, we don't have enough time. You won't be able to read the entire text. And I think that maybe the the ones who were doing very well got hold of the best sets where you got the bullet points that are very clear, that are really what the teacher would be looking for, and maybe these came from the upperclassmen, the people who have taken the class and have gotten the best scores, and they would share it to the next batch of students so that they would also get good grades. When in fact, the instruction was for everyone in this same batch to do it. But again, people look for ways to make it more easy for them because it's going to be a lot more efficient. If this guy got an A, we need to know what he did. If he got an A, we want to know what's his bullet points. What's the explanation that he told the teacher? and that's how you get people somehow passing, getting good marks, even though they're not supposed to even pass, I guess. All right, so I think that should be enough. Thanks for joining me. See each other soon.